Y'all weren't listening.
Are you serious?
Hey, welcome back to the Parrot Side podcast. To myself, Skills. We got man like Rose.
Yes, being you boys.
What time we just doing normal fucking intro, bro?
This is normal. At this point, this is normal, bro.
Baddest guy in this entire life. Come on.
What up? What up?
And we've got special guests in the building.
Yeah, I have my lovely cousin in the building today. Say hello to Nafisa.
Nafisa, you gonna tell us what's up?
Hi.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hello. I'm still here.
You go.
I thought it was just me.
Hey, y'all know what the fuck it is. Shout out the Power Side. All three of us same primary school, Greenwood House School. If you know that, you know. Shout out the gang still. You know what we doing? We here, we hanging out. Come hang with us. I bet, obviously, so we have our agenda of the day. And yeah, no, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So, first agenda, we're gonna get straight to it. When is the ideal age to marry? Nafisa, you are a guest. Start us off, please. When is it?
Hmm. Well, so I don't know. There's no. It's not like a black and white type of thing. So for me personally, I don't think there's an ideal age because hmm, where do I even so because I feel a lot of people are at different stages in their lives, and some people aren't even looking into getting married. So I would say if you feel in your heart that it is the right time and you feel you're mentally, financially um ready, then yeah, why not? I mean, go for it. And like if
But
you obviously have the
if you ever say have
right
what?
person, the right person,
Mm.
right? So I don't think there's no formula to it. I don't think there's any formula to it. It works. I mean, it works differently for different people, right? So yeah, I don't think there's a set time. Yeah, that's what I would say.
I have a question. Is there a minimum age?
I don't want to get into that because that's a whole other topic. But
It's part of this, part of the thing.
I don't
Feel
know.
free.
I would say honestly, I don't know. To each their own. But I would say for me personally,
Mm.
21 would be the minimum age.
Oh,
21.
Wow.
At
Did I say
least
31 or
21.
21? Yes, at least
2
21.
1, 21.
Yes, 2-1,
Nigga,
2-1.
that's what she said.
That's like, okay. That's interesting though. Would you
Yeah.
say would you say there's a maximum age where like after it's like just stop trying and go and rest?
oh
I'm
my
No,
just
god.
there's
there.
no maximum age. Forget about that. There's
Oh,
nothing
okay.
like that. See, people out here, I mean, you see people in their 80s getting married. So, nope,
I ain't
there's no
seen
stop.
that. I don't know. I ain't seen that.
Well, I've seen that. So,
That can't be a common occurrence. There's no way. Nah. I'm not sure. I'm sure it's
trust
possible
me.
though.
Yeah, yeah, it's possible.
Okay, but
Especially in the
you
north.
wouldn't marry at 80 though. Is it?
No,
Okay.
what am I looking for at 80? I would see at 80, right? Like I feel like I would be looking for that fluffy life, soft life. Like I would be done with all the relationship stuff, all
Mm.
the heartbreaks and stuff like that.
All
Like
the
I'll
heart
just be chilling.
breaks.
Yeah.
Hmm,
I
touchy.
mean, because if you're in a relationship, obviously like there's that vulnerability and you're prone to like getting your heart broken, if that makes
But
sense.
wouldn't
Like
marriage
there's
be the
Yeah,
no
same thing though?
yeah. I actually feel on that level because man, if you
do you
get your heart
get
broken at like 80, and that's death now. Like that's straight to the grave, bro.
Wait. No, but what the suggestion here is you can get your heart broken in a relationship, but not in a marriage. I'm saying it can happen either ways. You know what I'm
Either
saying?
ways, yes. Either
Yeah,
ways.
so why do we feel like at 80 that like was set? Like, like I mean the one person could still live even though you're 80. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
I
exactly.
mean,
Nigga,
the
where you
chances are quite
going?
low. The
but
chances are quite
well,
low
you don't know
at
these
that
days, bro.
at that stage, bro. I mean, like
Yeah.
when you're 80, what are you really looking for, guy?
Come on, what are you saying for?
I mean, I don't know if there's an ideal age, to be honest. Like, I'm kind of in the feast on this one. Whenever the two people involved are ready, financially, mentally, emotionally, all that good stuff, then if you want to get married, go ahead. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, this minimum age thing is a bit touchy, to be honest, but
Nah,
yeah,
go.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that one alone for now.
Nah, go, bro.
No, I'm gonna allow you guys go off on that one. Like I said, when you're financially, emotionally, physically ready to get married, and I feel like if that's what you want, you should go for it. Like, I don't think there's like any minimum age, and I definitely, if I had to put an age on it, it wouldn't be 21. I do think that's a bit on the high side. Maybe more like 18
18.
ish.
Yo,
Yeah, that's more.
18.
18, wow.
I even thought this
She
guy
said
was going to be like
21.
24 or
Nah,
25. Guy, 18.
Yeah, 18. You're not
18
even
is
legal
That's
to
like
drink
yeah.
alcohol in the US. We talking about you can marry.
No, I definitely think you can get married at 18.
Nah,
Wait, for the
you
bro.
guy?
can,
For the
but
guy or for the girl?
yeah,
Both.
that's a good
Nah, this
question.
nigga capping, bro. This nigga, what you talking
Guy, what?
about?
18?
18.
You
That's a
think
Guy,
18
child,
is
nigga.
guy,
too
what do you
young?
even know at 18?
You don't know nothing at 18. You know absolutely nothing. Nah, bro. Nah.
Hey,
That's part
man.
of the
So do you
fifty
Yeah.
think,
percent.
come out, I have a question for you. Do you think you could have gotten married at 18, at the age of 18?
Well, for me, because at the end of the day, if you're talking about an Islamic marriage, the role of a guy, you need some money in it. So at 18, I'll be broke. So I don't think I could have. But
Yeah.
it's different for men and women. Like for a woman, if we're talking religiously, for a woman in a Muslim marriage, her duties can be done even if she's 18. So anyway, but yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
18 is
Okay, so
yeah,
for a woman, you're saying 18, right? So how about a
yeah.
guy?
A guy king, let's say 20, even 2021, practically speaking. Let's say like 21.
Alright. Alright. Rose.
Wait, Rose.
What Rose? What you said?
First of all, the only guys I see getting married at 21 are probably footballers because those guys have the bar for it.
Bucks.
Any other nigga is, I don't think any other nigga is getting married at 21, sure. But yeah, in my opinion, uh, minimum age
19.
19. Nah, bro. Minimum age for me is like 24, 25. As
Oh
for
wow.
as for the babe,
What do you
as for
babe?
the babe,
Alright.
Oh
Alright.
Oh,
for
wow.
guy,
wow.
That's too old for me. That's me personally. It's too old for me to be getting
I
married.
feel, I feel, I
Wait,
feel.
Nafisa, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
Wow, I don't know if I want to
Nick,
disclose that.
Nick,
Yeah,
you don't
you
ask
can
a
put that
lady
out.
that.
You can put that.
You don't ask a lady that.
Why? Why can't I can ask any? You can
um,
ask anybody
I
anything.
don't
Feminism,
know.
nigga. What you talking about? Equality. Fuck, nigga.
I mean, if
Uh,
Adam,
No, you don't have to say if you don't want to. I was just curious. I was just curious. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, I'm not.
I beg.
wait, can I ask you a
She's
question?
she's a decent age.
Why do you think it's so difficult to disclose your age?
Do you know why?
why?
Because so the thing is, I don't even know. The years are going by so quickly, and
That's
it's
life,
crazy
though.
how like yeah, I know, but it's like I still feel I'm. Do you get? But like people ask me, I'm like, oh shoot, I'm not anymore. I'm like, and there's just so much pressure. I remember telling Kamal like, there's just so much pressure. Even if no one is coming to tell you, oh look, the clock is ticking, right?
Uh
But you
huh.
just feel it. There's some things that happen, and you're like, oh yeah, definitely, these people are telling me to get out of their house, like ASAP. Do you
Mm,
So yeah, it's just
Okay?
a lot.
I mean, this
wow,
could
this just went deep.
it could tangent to a whole other topic. But you see, that's where
Yeah,
I
because you
always
asked.
no, no, no,
That's
no, no.
why.
I feel, and I appreciate you, giving us some info. That's where I always
Yeah.
come in, and I'm like, this is why I don't like societal norms. I don't know. I mean, I don't know your personal life, but I feel like you're only feeling this pressure because society is like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, you should be married. Oh, were you like anybody?
Yeah,
Like you
definitely.
said, anybody can get married at any time. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
not that deep. You know what I'm saying? But society will
Yeah.
put you on your head like, oh, why? What are you doing? Nigga, chill, bro.
Mm.
So I'm just saying, like, I mean, I don't know what you do every day, but I'm just saying, like, live your life, man. Do your thing. Like, you're chilling. You're chilling, bro.
Hmm. Yeah, it's easier said, but it's just
Facts.
reality we have to face.
Another
Well,
another thing that I
uh-huh.
want to include is that, like, with the whole age thing, looking at it from a different perspective, um, kind of saves a lot of people some stress, like in terms of like relationships level. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you get now. So you see a babe, she's attractive,
Mm-hmm.
and then you ask her how old is she, and she says she's a minor. Obviously, you know that okay, this is a no-go area. You dead that
Yeah.
be as soon as
Mm,
possible.
mm.
I know,
Okay.
because you don't want a situation whereby, oh, you're involved with a babe now, you've gotten in so deep, and then you now discover that, oh, this babe is actually a minor. And I think that's, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the footballer and Adam Johnson, the guy that used to play for
Yeah,
Man
yeah,
City and
yeah.
Sunderland.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I think that was what happened to him along the lines. I know, because I think there was a recording of, I think in the prison ward, they were recording conversations, and then he spoke some about that, probably to a fellow inmate and everything, about how I think the babe lied about her age, something along the line, Sha. So like I feel
Okay.
like that disclosure of age, it also helps people to make their decisions, because like you see, um for instance, like a lot of babes say they wouldn't date a guy that's younger than them, something along the lines. And like imagine now, like you've gotten in so deep with someone, and you find out that the guy is, let's say you're like 28, and you find out like the guy is like 23 and all of that. So where do we go next? But like if you had known from the beginning, could have saved like a whole lot of stress and know whether or not that you proceed with such relationship or whatever it is.
Well, you know the thing. So, like, what is the ideal age to marry? And I don't agree with everything you guys have said. I don't think there's an ideal age. I do feel like there's a minimum age and a maximum age, though, kind of like we've defined. Um,
What's
I
the
mean,
minimum?
well, I guess legally it would be 18. In my mind, though, I feel like if you're
Mm-hmm.
getting married, anything, see, you have to be at least 24, man. I beg. You have to at least 24 for both
24?
24,
Yeah,
24 for
facts.
both
24
parties.
facts.
Like,
24.
Why?
Uh,
because at 24, like that's like a sweet spot where usually you've grown up enough to understand things. You get me? Now, the reason, like you guys are saying, and I agree, why there is no real ideal age, like everybody's path is like different. Like the shit one person has done at 24, you'd find that people have not yet done at 30. You know what I'm saying? And that's why. I can't remember who, I think I'm not sure if it was Rose or whoever I was talking to. Where like, saw something like when I was on Twitter, I was like, oh, why is this 40-year-old at the club? You don't know what the nigga been through. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know the grafting he had to do. If he wants to be in club, let him be
oh,
that. You know what I'm saying? If the nigga wants to let him do his thing, you get me. So like, but that's just life. And society always judges, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, marry when you're ready. Which brings us to our next step. When exactly is one ready to marry? Nafisa, what you said?
So I think with I mean, I mentioned earlier, like you feel instinctively, you feel mentally, financially, emotionally ready, right? Like you
But what does
feel
that feel like? Like, how do you
ready.
know though?
So because I've not felt it, I don't know what it feels
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
right? I can't
That's what I was
say.
gonna say. Like,
but but
Okay.
well, from what from I mean, hearing from people that are already married, they usually say they just know, like they have this feeling. It's like you
I
just
don't
know
buy
the
that,
person.
yo.
Honestly,
What do you mean you
most
don't
of
buy
them,
that?
I don't buy that,
they're
man.
like, oh, they just know, they just feel it. Like it's different from any other relationship they've had. Like it just feels like they're the one. Oh, and then there's this. I have a friend. She told me this thing, right? She's like, when you meet the right guy, it almost feels like it feels too good to be true. Like everything is going so well.
Oh my
It's
god.
almost like you're so
You see, this
scared
some of
that
that new age
there's
propaganda, bro.
it's almost too good to be true that you're even like kind of scared for it. Like, how is this even going on? Like with no glitches whatsoever, if that makes sense.
This is
Like that's how you
standards.
know the person is the one. So I don't know. That's I mean I've never felt that. So yeah.
Wow.
Before I say my piece, come on, where is it? When do you think? When exactly is one ready to marry?
Nigga, I don't know.
Oh, you have no answer to that. Oh, yo, no. Oh, I.
But
I.
it's funny, right? Sorry to jump
Yeah,
in
go on, go on.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's funny. Most guys, like when I hear from like a guy's perspective, mostly they say they just know when they see the person. But like for a
Mm.
I
girl,
don't know about
the
that
guy
one.
would have
Mm.
to the guy would have to chase the girl, then she would realize later that, okay, yeah, maybe this could work. But for like most
No,
guys, they're like
she didn't
the
realize
moment
she
they
got
see
tired. He wore her down. That's not a good start to a marriage. No,
What
no.
are you people and
yeah,
this
but
chasing, man? Like, why must you
I
be
don't
chased?
understand who is
Like,
Usain Bolt out here. Who is
why?
chasing who, fam?
Yeah, that's facts, man.
Who is running who?
Like, if
Why
you like
Not
someone,
should be stressful.
why are you
you
making them
chasing
chase you?
things, fam? Don't Tom and Jerry out here, fam. What's going on?
Yeah, that's facts.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I feel like Nafisa, I get what you're saying. I feel that, but all this to okay. Some of the friends that you've talked to, I mean, I get their perspective. Obviously, I don't know because I've not been in that position. But I just, like I don't buy it because like what too good to be true? What does that even mean? Like it's not
like
Disneyland. Do
you're
you get what I'm saying?
so okay.
Like
So let me explain to you. It's like you have no doubts, zero. Like the red flags are very minimal.
the red
Like they take
flags.
most of the no, sorry, there are no red flags. Let me say, and
That's
then they take
impossible. That's
most of.
impossible. That is impossible.
Oh, so they also feel like the
I mean, maybe
person
like they are
ticks
red
all the
flags, but they are like
boxes.
things that you can just overlook.
Yeah, like
But that
Like
could be
mini
problematic.
red
That
flags.
could be
Like
problematic. We're in a
maybe
fisher land.
your babe likes Amala and you don't like Amala. Stuff
That's a
like
yeah,
red
that.
that's
flag. Yeah. If
minor.
that is that can't be a red flag, man. Like that's not. Come on, bro.
um, yeah. So I think, what was I saying? Mm,
We're talking about
I
being
can't
too good
remember.
to be true.
Mhm.
Yeah, like no, you don't feel any doubts. There's no like they tick most of the boxes. Like the not like the superficial stuff, right? So like mostly stuff like, oh, is he able to take care of me? This is this might be a controversial
No, no,
point,
no.
but is
It's
he
cool.
able to take care of
Mm-hmm.
me financially,
Hmm.
you know, and
Mm.
stuff like that. So like if he ticks most of those boxes, like the major like non-negotiables, then yeah, it's like he's
Why
the
did you
one.
feel like that would be controversial?
Controversial thing. Man, I
Because
mean, skills is here, so
No, I mean, no,
so
it's not controversial at all.
yeah, it's I mean a lot of people say a lady should, well, now guys say, I mean, why do I need to take care of a lady should be able to take care of herself even before I step in.
I mean,
But
I feel like
I
that
don't know
should be
about that.
true though, to some degree. I mean,
Yet
like,
some degree.
Where,
come on,
where do you
so
stand on the whole thing?
who
No,
me
no,
or
like where does she
Nafisa?
stand on the whole?
Oh,
No, not you. You know where you stand.
okay.
Yeah, where do you stand?
So I think, well, personally, I would have my own thing going on. I wouldn't go with like high expectations of someone doing everything for me personally. I don't like the idea of just sitting around and like not bringing anything to the table, if that makes sense.
But would you want a guy who is the primary earner of the family, or would you want the guy to be the primary earner?
110%. Like, I wouldn't be the
Oh,
primary earner.
well.
I don't want to be the one, like the sole provider, to be
Mm.
providing for a grown ass man. No,
Hmm.
sorry. That's that is
Sir.
not me.
So, so, so how early in the relationship do you start gauging in whether this guy can provide
Day
or not?
one, day one, you have to ask all the questions. See, everyone needs a list of everything you want to ask, all the stuff that are non-negotiables for you. So
Mhm.
you have to establish that right from the start, because there's no wasting time. Like, there's no need. I feel like there's no point in going on like several dates and then having it's exhausting. That's what exhausts a lot of people. And you hear people going, "Oh, I'm so sick of going on dates." It's like you have to establish all those stuff right from the start. And then it just
Mm.
makes
I
it
want to
easier
ask a
for you to
question.
mm-hmm. Go on.
Is this from a perspective where the woman too is also able to like provide for herself easily?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Okay. When you look at society, don't you feel like that's not what really happens a lot of the time? I mean, like a lot of um well, not that it doesn't happen completely, but like a lot of guys, they are financially buoyant and pretty much they are the ones
Weird.
who are buoyant, you know what I mean? Like
I don't.
they have bar, their bar,
Oh,
Skills
okay,
don't
okay,
need
their
okay.
bar
difficulty,
is
man.
solid,
Got you,
basically.
got you.
So like maybe the babe is just, you know, putting two and two together and all of that kind of stuff. So like what then happens in a situation where like the guy is feeling the exact same way like you just described? I mean, like what can this babe actually provide and all of that? Like what then happens there?
Well,
Okay, let
Rose.
me explain
Okay,
to
actually,
you,
Nafisa, you go.
right? Okay, so I feel everyone has different priorities, right? Someone might decide to go 50-50. Another person, so as a girl, I might decide to go 50-50 with my guy, and that's my thing. And then another girl would decide, oh, I think I would go 30-70, right? So it all depends on what works for you, and as long as you and your partner have agreed to whatever it is, then I think that solves the problem, if that makes sense. Am I making sense, or have I answered your question?
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Wait, but Rose, I want to add to that.
Skills, you were saying something.
Yeah, I want to add to that. I think
Rules.
because, like, if we're being honest, I think Kamal might have he might have said something similar in like a previous episode, and like I didn't agree with him because like this guy is waffling. But it kind of makes sense though. Like, but if we're being honest, if we're being very very honest, most guys, when like that age old question of what does she bring to the table, most guys aren't looking for she brings money. Like they're not looking for that, though, to be honest. Like that's not high on the priority list for guys, if even on the top five.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm saying so. Like, it's like I get it. Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like it is just it's what it is. It is what it is. But wait, hold on, though, Nafisa. I still need to go back to that thing. So when you talk about too good to be true, what is nah? You know what I'm saying? I feel like because if you have a mindset of like, oh, I'm ready to marry now, I feel like your mind can make it like, oh, like make you think that like, okay, well, this must be the guy, surely, like, oh, like blah blah blah, blah. And like make you see all these
Yeah.
imaginary things that aren't really there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if
Yeah,
you.
that's just being delusional. What
No,
you're
but you might not
saying.
know though. That's what I'm saying. Like you might not know. And then
Because so you mean because you're too consumed in the whole situation, like you're
Mhm.
infatuated or whatever.
Mhm.
Is
yeah,
that
love
what
is
you're saying?
blind. Yeah.
Uh,
Don't you think
I
that's a
think
possibility?
there's yeah, I mean that's why most marriages end now. But if you're actually being true to yourself and looking at the right,
Criteria.
yeah,
Gotcha.
that word, then I think you should, you're not like being unrealistic with yourself, because
Okay.
marriage is a long-term thing, right? It's not like
Facts.
getting
Yeah.
into a relationship, right? So obviously
Mm.
you would want to look at the more important stuff,
Mm,
you
okay.
know. Yeah.
What are the non-negotiable things for you?
Wow. There are a lot. There are plenty.
I mean, just give us like your top
Um
three. I'm just curious. See a female
okay,
perspective.
so a one is bad breath and like body
Oh
odor. I
wow.
cannot stand
Fucking hell,
I
wow.
cannot
I was not
stand
expecting
that.
that. Okay. That's your number one. Okay, okay,
That
that's
is
okay.
number one. I
I
can't.
thought you were gonna say
Sorry.
like good looking or tall. I okay.
No. Those are superficial for me. Trust me. If you see the guys I've dated, you don't even believe it. But yeah, those are like
Mm.
secondary, right? Looks are secondary for me.
So when you
I'm
go
not
on
saying I would.
a first date with a guy, what you just sniffing to like, oh, this guy smell like is that is alright, okay, okay.
Yeah. So for me, hygiene comes first. You can have a pretty face, whatever, but if your breath stinks, no, like we cannot go there. Mm-mm. So yeah, I don't think. I think that's so for me. That's the first,
Mm-hmm.
and then the second. So I'm not saying
Actually,
them in order because some are more important than other. But obviously, you have to be religious to an extent. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm not a saint, but I feel like
okay.
religious, right? And then also you need to be very nice to the people, other people, not just me. Because I mean, I've been on. I feel like if I start telling all my stories right now, we would not finish this
Wait, give
podcast.
us one or
But
two. Give
basically,
us give us one or two
yeah. So
stories.
I'm going to do one. So I went on a date with this guy, and then
Mm.
this guy was screaming at the waiter. Literally, I felt so bad for the poor guy. I think he forgot he missed something. He was asking for something and the waiter brought another thing. And then he was just screaming on top of his voice. And then after
Mm.
that, he was on the phone again screaming at someone. Like he's like, "Oh, excuse me, I need to get this." And then he goes, he was just like everyone was just staring at me. Cause I'm like, I'm sure it's me they
Like
put
that's
in,
you?
not
That's your
him.
boy?
You get, yeah. Literally, so I was just
Was he an older guy? Was he like an older guy?
yes, yes. And guess what? He's married.
Okay.
I don't know
Damn.
how,
Oh my
but
god.
yeah. And then what else? What else? Non-negotiable.
No, I mean those
Well,
are
I can't believe.
pretty substantial though, to be fair. I
Yeah,
wasn't
but I can't
expecting those
believe.
though.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm like there. I'm blank at this point because usually I have them like at the
You said you
tip
had a
of my
long ass list.
tongue.
I thought, Well, here's my thing. Before we move on to the last thing, let me. I got beef with society, bro. Let me tell you what's going
Oh,
on.
here we go again.
Let me tell you what it is. All right. See, a lot of what we've said today, right? I understand the societal norms. I'm just saying, challenge societal norms when you can and if you want. Don't do things just because that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? It has to make sense to you. Now, the truth of the matter is, you know, there is like a whole feminist movement and blah blah blah. And like I feel like in today's modern society, marriage is harder for the average guy because like like most girls that you meet today, you don't know if they have like OnlyFans. You get what I'm saying? Like you don't know if you don't know how many bodies they've caught before you. Like so, like
Hmm.
no guy wants to like put himself inside smoke because once the babe is once she belongs to the street, she gonna belong to the street. You know, so like look at Sierra for example. She married this nice looking guy. I forget his name, something East, whatever his name is. You know what I'm saying? But she's still posting Yash on Instagram. Like you know what I'm saying? So like this is the kind of shit that leads to divorce. That's what I'm saying. So that's all I want to say is like, not everybody has to get married. I get, but
Yeah.
females out there that are listening, I'm just like, relax, please. Tell Cardi B to calm down. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like,
Whoa.
that's all I'm saying.
Also, I have one question for all you all.
Uh huh.
Hmm.
So I noticed something over the years, like over the past maybe 4 years, guys don't approach girls anymore in public. Like a guy would see you, right?
Mm.
You look peg and all, like you can see the eye contact going on. You're looking at me, I'm looking at you. But it's a problem for you to come up and speak to me, right?
That's facts.
Or
That's
whatever,
facts. Yeah,
right?
that's facts.
But you now call go home, you go home and then decide to look for me on Instagram and
Okay, that
DM
one I
me.
don't know.
Do you
That
get?
one I don't. Okay, that one I
So
don't
No,
know.
like,
it's true. Yeah.
what's going on? Please tell me.
Do guys do that?
Is
I
it
feel
Really?
just
like
okay?
Yep.
one of the reason is
Guys do that.
you never may know when your boyfriend will just appear. That's one of the reasons why a lot of guys are not. I mean, even though I know the funny thing, some people don't even care, self. But I feel, let me give you an example. So in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
so I went to ShopRite with this babe. We went to get a couple of stuff. So while we we're on the line, there was this guy in front, and he was clearly looking at this babe.
I was looking at your
And by
babe.
that time, she wasn't even my babe. Like
Oh, but the babe you were
we were
with.
getting close, sha, but like
Yeah.
she
Okay.
wasn't even we weren't even involved then. We were just friends at the point.
Uh huh.
And like this guy just kept on staring at this babe. So I now told her that see how this guy is going to ask you for your number. And she was trying to, push it away that it's not possible that he cannot do that now. So I was like, okay, we'll see. So she wanted to go and use the ATM. So I now said, okay, let me go to the car and drop the stuff that we bought. By that time, we were already out of ShopRite. So I carried the stuff, I dropped them in the car. I came back to meet her at the ATM. And guess what? The guy came, he met her, and he asked her for her number. I was just like, I told you, the way the guy was looking at her, I already knew that this guy he's up to something.
I didn't know
You know,
guys move like that. To be honest.
why they move like that
It
too?
was his fault.
How is it my
Huh?
fault? What did you expect me to do?
Uh, Guy, you are meant to do man
Yeah.
marking now. You lost track of her. That was
But
it.
that's the
It's your
thing.
fault.
That's the thing. She wasn't even my babe then. Like
Mm.
It
we're
was no
just.
matter, guy.
I mean,
So
I
for
don't know,
me, I
Sha.
would say I thought it was a thing of ease. Like, you know how before there wasn't social media, like now it's so easy. You could just go through your followers and you just look through and you pick whoever you want, as problematic as that sounds to me. But now it's like you have to, I mean, you don't have to go up to a girl because what are the chances that you would see the girl again? So that was what I thought. It's like a one,
Mm.
well, before it was like a one chance thing, but now it's like it's easier because you could always find them. But anyway,
Well,
Yeah, that's part of it. But
yeah.
really, it's because if you meet someone and you start talking to them there and there, you have to like carry on. You ask for their number. You have to act like you want to have a relationship with them in some sort of capacity, sha. But you don't really know who they are. Whereas if you like go away first and then look on the internet and find them, you can kind of ask your guys if they know her, and if then they know her, you can kind of gauge like what kind of relationship you would even want to do if you want to even enter a relationship,
so some sort of background check.
basically. So like have an idea. Yeah, that's basically most of what it is. Like it's just a background, so you know what you're getting into. And then if you then want to then ask her out, you can just message her or something.
Well, actually, I want to speak on that. I want to speak on that. Nafisa. I guess I can't speak on the second part where they now go home and they start sending the Instagram DM. That's weird. But though, what you're saying is facts. Most guys don't want to go and talk to girls anymore because listen, the game is rigged. Like, the game is rigged. Like, man are tired out here, fam. Man taking L's. Man are tired. Let me tell you what it is. And if I've been honest, the narrative today is you hear girls often say, why can't I just have peace with my girlfriends? Why guys just come talk to me? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, now here's the thing. I don't know if you saw this thing on Twitter recently where Drake, he was like at some coffee shop or something, right? He like took a picture of a girl. I was trying to airdrop it to her. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then, yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that. Now,
I saw it. I
if
saw it.
you saw, okay, now if I'm being honest, that's creepy as fuck. Like that's ridiculously creepy. Are you kidding me? Why are you taking pictures of guys trying to like what are you doing? But because
Yeah.
it's Drake, they're gonna be like, oh, nah, it's cool.
Drake.
It's Drake,
Mm.
bro. That's what I'm saying. Even the babe herself, she probably won't be tripping. She'll be like, oh, like this guy is a fresh guy, you know what I'm saying? But if a guy that she doesn't find attractive does that same move, it's like, nah, that's weird, that's creepy. What I'm saying is, so us as guys, we don't now know, does this babe find me attractive? Does she like we don't know. Well, we gotta come up and see, and then we try, and then it's an L, we go home. But you know what's gonna fix the problem is if girls take initiative. But they don't want to do that because society, bro. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I have beef with society. That's my piece. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, our last P of the day. So I guess when you whatever now you know that you're ready to be married. Okay, cool. Now you're married. I mean, the stats are not on your side anyways because over 50% of marriages end in divorce. But for the ones that don't, what makes marriages last so long? Does love last forever? I guess. Nafisa, what you said?
Hmm. Okay, so I think love, right? The word love
Uh-huh.
is just, I don't know. So I think with marriage, it's mostly communication. Trust me, that's number one. If you're able
Mhm.
to understand your partner, you're able to, if you know, so I believe in the love language thing. I don't know if it's a thing that you've ever explored, but like it makes a lot of sense in the sense that you know what your partner wants, you know what you want, right?
Oh,
So you're able to
is
coordinate in
that what
such a
love
way that you're,
language is?
yes, love
Okay, okay.
language.
Like
Skills,
okay.
Do
skills.
you
Do you
know
have
them?
love
Do you know the
language?
five? Do you
Now
know the five
I've
love language?
the five love language. No, actually, I was
Skills
going
does
to
not
ask.
have love
Please educate me.
languages.
I've heard this term multiple
Skills love
times, but
language is spag.
Skills
I'm
cannot love.
unfamiliar. Wait, now let's explain now.
So it's quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation, um acts of service,
Is this for the guy
and
or for the girl?
both.
Both.
Ah,
So there's
okay.
usually a
We gonna get to
test.
it.
So there's
And
usually a
gifts is
test
the
you
last one.
take. Yeah, for me, actually, gifts is the last one for me. So there's usually a test. You can take an online test, and you know what your first love language is, your second, your third. Like based on that, then
Hmm.
your partner tells what theirs is, and then you kind of know what to do for them, just to improve like your relationship, like strengthen it, if that makes sense. Because someone might not be like a
Mm,
gift gift giver, but maybe you
mm-hmm.
love to receive gifts, but they are just not like a gift giver. And
Uh-huh.
then it causes a lot of like issues because like you're like, well, why is he
Hmm.
not getting me
Okay,
gifts? But like he, that's one.
can I ask
Mm-hmm.
something just based on that example? Somebody is not a gift giver. Somebody else
Yeah.
loves to receive gifts. I mean, let's be honest, it's probably going to be the girl that loves to receive gifts, and the guy just is not like he doesn't just get. I'm saying now, why does the compromise have to be on the guy's side? I don't know if you see where I'm coming from. Why can't it be? Because if let's be honest, if you're not used to giving gifts and this girl loves to receive gifts, when you then try and start giving gifts, you're probably going to be horrible at it. Like, I don't know what the fuck to buy this girl. You know what I'm saying? So why can't the compromise be,
Guy, that's a garbage excuse.
yeah,
Because
fuck
No,
how
you?
will you not know what to get for your
No, you don't
girlfriend?
know what to
I mean,
fucking
don't you
buy,
pay
bro.
attention to the things she likes?
Nigga, I don't give a damn about
Guy, that's
exactly.
a
attention.
spelling excuse.
What do you mean
You
that's a
should pay
slight
attention to
So
your
that
girl
excuse?
means
now. Know
you
what
are
she
not
likes.
even.
No, but
So
no,
that
why does
means
the
you are
Guy,
not
that's
compromise
like
have to
putting
be on the
zero
girl's
effort
side?
at all.
It's not about
no.
zero
So
effort,
it
get
could be.
or you guys not being realistic, fam.
I get what you're saying. It could be from both sides, right? It could even
Uh-huh.
be a guy that it could even be a guy that is the loves gifts, but the girl is not a gift giver, right?
That's
But what it
likely.
is, obviously, I mean, relationships are about compromise either way. So you are compromising or like
No,
either
but that's
ways,
the guy
right?
making the compromise, though, which is usually the trend. I'm just saying, why can't it be the other way around? You
Okay,
guys say,
cool. It can be the other way around. It goes
oh, okay.
both ways.
So
Yeah,
she should now suddenly be happy with not receiving gifts, and that's perfectly okay, in your opinion.
uh, I don't know.
Okay, you see, and that's what I'm saying.
Wait, you're confusing me. Are you
Okay,
saying
let's use
you're
another
saying
example. Let's use the
mm-hmm,
physical touch example, right?
mm,
If girls just maybe like
Mhm.
they're hanging around the kitchen, they like all the like, oh, like, little peck on the cheek, like, oh, love you babe, stuff like that, right?
mm-hmm,
That, I guess,
mm-hmm.
I think that's the physical touch kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think, okay, now if a guy is not used to, like, that's just not his thing, you know what I'm saying, that could then cause some arguments. What I'm saying is, why does the compromise then have to be the guy must start doing that, as opposed to
Yes,
she
because
now gets used to not
no,
having that?
no, but that's the whole point. You're trying to strengthen your relationship
No,
because
but why can't
while
she
he,
strengthen it by
okay, just
chilling?
no, while he is trying to, while he is trying to become more of a touchy feely type of person, she is probably also trying to become a gift giver for him that loves gifts. I don't know if he gets.
Yeah, well, now you're adding another compromise. I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying.
No,
I get what you're saying.
it's
I
like
do
a
get what you're
give
saying,
and
though.
take. It's like a give and take thing. It's like transactional. It's not like a one way thing where one person is just like me, I like this, then you keep doing. But there are other things that you like too that I'm not necessarily good at, but I give it to you. Do you get?
Mm, do you know what? That's actually
So it now
a good
strengthens your
answer.
relationship.
Yeah, no, I do that. Yeah, no, yeah, that's facts. All right. That's a good answer. I feel that. It's still a
Yeah.
no from me, though. But, like, do you know what? That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
This guy, your problem too much, man.
All right, Rose, since you were trying to waffle, what you said? What makes marriages last forever? I guess.
Um, so I would say this: love actually is enough to sustain a relationship.
That's cap.
But then the thing is, relax first. The thing is, whenever we, a lot of times, whenever people emphasize about love, they just talk about the emotion, but they don't talk about love in its entirety. And I'm just going to pull up a
Pastor
scripture here.
Rose.
Yeah.
The guy is
I
about to preach. What? He
I
about to
knew it.
So
preach.
like um First Corinthians 4 verse 8 talks about how
Oh
love is
no
patient,
shit.
love is
Oh,
kind,
all
does not envy,
right.
does not boast,
You guys are
is not
rude.
proud,
Let him speak.
it does not dishonor others, is not easily angered. And like um basically that's what love is all about. It's encompassing. It's not just the emotion. Love is about sacrifice, it's about compromise, it's about communication, it's about being able to meet each other halfway, it's about teamwork. There are so many things. I know. But a lot of the times we just reduce it to just the emotion, the feeling of love that when you say you love somebody is more in, it's not really much in the words, but it's more in the actions. Basically, that's how you show someone that you love them. I know. So love in its entirety is enough to sustain any relationship, basically. So it's just how much effort both parties are actually putting in to do so. And even with the whole love languages thing, I mean, if you love someone, you should be willing to compromise for them. You should be willing to make sacrifices for them. I
Both ways,
know.
though. On both ways, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's both ways. It's not a single party thing. I mean, if your girlfriend loves acts of service, she loves volunteering. I mean, there's nothing that stops you from joining her whenever she goes for her volunteering programs or even organizing some.
Ain't nobody doing that,
And
man.
you can do whatever you want to do now. Well, the thing is, the summary of it is that love must be intentional, basically. So like you must be able to like put in that effort for your partner. You know that your partner loves this, so you do this. You know that they don't like this, so you avoid doing those things. I know. So Yeah, that's basically it, sha.
Okay, Rose, I have a question for you. Though. Do you feel like, I guess, males and females experience love in different ways? It's like if they are both in a relationship now, like, do you feel like it's going to be exactly the way you just said, like both compromises, blah blah blah, kind of stuff? Do you feel like the love, I guess, mentality is the same on both sides?
I mean, not exactly. No, actually, because if it was, then that probably most people who start off in any fresh relationship, I mean, they might probably get married. I know. So a lot of people don't actually have the same intentions whenever they um come into a relationship, or they are not aware of certain things. And one of the good things that relationships do is they help people to learn over time. Love is not something that is just an immediate thing. Like over time you learn how to love somebody else. So like basically that relationship, it provides you with an opportunity to actually learn more from this person, learn about this person, to love them more, to understand them more. But like a lot of people, it's either they don't have the intention to do that, that's why their relationships small, that's why their relationships spoil rather, or they might start off with good intentions and all, but eventually they might just feel like, oh, they are not keeping up. And a lot of people suffer from the fact that like their spouses hold back
Mm-hmm.
love from them. And definitely once your spouse holds back love on you, it will definitely affect the relationship. I mean, everybody, and just like I said, you should love your partner the way they want to be loved, and also you should love them how you feel
Okay,
you should love them as well.
I want to ask you one more question, Rose. So,
Yeah.
from what you just described now, love them the way they want to be loved, right? Now,
Hmm.
the vibe I'm getting here is if you feel like, oh, that's not how like I perceive and like give love. Like this person is different, but I'm going to do it based on how they want, right? That's you then compromising and basically changing. Do you feel like over time, saying like a 10 year span of relationship, you're different from when you first entered?
I mean, definitely, like people change.
Okay,
Like that's one of the things
so
about life. Life
yeah,
is
but
dynamic,
And that's
even
what
in
brings the whole
relationships.
love language thing.
all right, I guess,
Because
I
like
guess.
eventually, like you started off, okay, maybe you were doing certain things, or you didn't used to do certain things, but like over time, you realize that your spouse loves these things, and like, okay, I'm willing to compromise. I'm willing to put in the effort to be able to provide these things or do these things because my spouse loves them.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that one of the things that brings about the change is that the mindset is now your mindset then shifts from you thinking about this action and how, oh, this thing is not something I normally used to do, but because my spouse wants me to do it, to now doing it because your spouse loves it and you love them and you want your spouse to
Okay,
genuinely be happy.
like
Mm.
I think there's still that thing of you can't then like you can't compromise too much because when you now overdo, you're not a different person than the one she fell in love with. You now come back and say, oh, this nigga is too soft.
So how would you go about it? Would you rather you two just wing it and like you're just doing your thing?
Okay, I
Like,
mean,
okay,
okay,
how would you
how
go
I
about it?
personally would go about it, me personally, I've feel from my own personal observation, I could be wrong. From my own personal observation, when girls say they want one thing, they don't want that thing. They want the opposite, in my opinion.
But then at the
Okay.
same time, right? You're 100% on your own. I keep saying this, right? For me, I
Uh-huh.
want to be like 100%, and whoever is coming my way would just compliment me. It's not like I'm
Okay, see
expecting,
that's okay, that's the
like
right way to
let's
say
you
yeah, yeah,
know.
facts, facts,
So
facts,
I'm not
facts, facts,
expecting like I'm not
facts,
like going to be a 40 expecting 60 from him, or like
facts,
an
facts.
80 expecting the 20. Like, so whatever he's doing is just complimenting. So that's why I say the love language is like, oh, the gifts I could do without, but I love gifts. So he could do those. He could like gift me, right? The words of affirmation. He could
Mm.
tell me, oh, you're beautiful, you're that. He does not have to, but like he does that because he knows it makes me feel good. So the love languages, I don't think they go as far as overstretching someone to the point that they're like,
where they're now different.
yeah, exactly.
I
So
feel like
it's not
sometimes
like,
they do
I don't
though.
think. Okay, so wait, for how? Like, in what
I don't know. I feel like
scenario?
they just, you know, in the situation where, okay, like words of affirmation, that's not something he
Mm-hmm.
naturally does. So he can do it in the
Yeah.
first year of the marriage. But let's be honest, this nigga gonna forget. He gonna forget. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Are you
Guy,
talking
if you
from
are
a guy's
forgetting, then are you
perspective?
see, guy? I don't even
Are you
understand
are you talking from? Are you saying guys? I mean, you're kind of, you're
because
basing
I'm
when
your
saying,
stuff out.
if
Just
you love
continue. So
someone,
you're
if you
saying
love
that
someone, you
guys.
must basically be intentional about them. You know the things that they like. You know the things that they want you to do. So how will you be
being
forgetting
intentional only
unless you
goes so
don't
far
love
because being
unless you
intentional,
don't love that person?
it's not about loving. Yeah, you can try your best, but if it's too much, I'm saying if it's overly out of your comfort zone, you are always going to revert back to your comfort zone. The same way, you know, like Ciara now, her comfort zone is the streets and twerking on Instagram. That's what she's doing now, even with her husband. That's what I'm saying. You can't over stress. I'm sure when they got married, she was doing church mind. That's probably and that's facts. Yeah, I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying like you have to draw lines somewhere. You have to draw lines. Yeah, I'm saying that's I
Yeah,
don't
so
know.
that means in the first place, the person wasn't even right for her. That's a totally different. Like, she should have
It's
found
somewhat
someone that
similar
is
though.
all about the streets as well. I don't know if you get me. So
I
in the
do,
first place, it
I do.
was
Yeah.
all lies. It was all based. I don't know. I feel like you shouldn't marry someone that you don't have the same values. So now we're even back to square one, because now we've moved to the marriage bit. In the first place, you shouldn't even have married him, right? So
Yeah. But I feel like for me though, for me in my mind, when I'm going to like if I'm in a long term relationship with somebody, my own
mm-hmm.
thing is if there are things I like in the relationship that she doesn't do, it's my decision to go forward in that relationship or not. I can't ask her to do anything for me. That's what I'm saying. Like the person I met is the person I'm expecting for a while. I know people change naturally, I get it. But like if she doesn't buy me gifts from the off, I'm not suddenly going to start expecting gifts 5 years into the marriage. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
might
So we're
like
not
gifts,
saying,
but I already have my
yeah.
mindset of okay, I'm going to that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
Okay,
Skills
so
guy
for
is just
you,
lazy, bro.
that brings me back to, yeah, skills does not want to put in. I
Guy's
can tell
lazy.
he's not about
You
it.
I
know,
think
that's exactly
So
what you
that's
just
what
said,
I'm saying,
Nafisa.
right? That's what
I've
I'm
said it
saying.
before.
I'm saying you're 100% skills. You have, like, you can buy yourself a gift. You can do all of those. So that person is just doing it to strengthen. Like, it's not a thing of you cannot do without. All those stuff you can do with, like, without, right?
yeah, she can
So
do
it's
without the words of
they're just,
affirmation too, though.
yes, exactly. She can do
Okay.
without the gifts. She can do without the, okay, she can't do without the touch. If I don't know, but the physical touch is for me. So apparently, mine is physical touch. That's my number one.
All right. Okay.
Then
Apparently, how did you find that out?
I did the test. Physical
What's
touch.
that
Then
testing involve?
quality time. Oh my god. I
Yeah,
think
I'm messing with you.
so. GC. It's like
Yeah,
you
no,
can
I
do
feel no, you're
without.
making good points, though. To be fair, yeah, no,
You can kind yeah, you can actually do without, but then it's like it's just complementing to just make it a bit spicier than it is, just to keep it going. So it's not like you're just in a bland relationship.
all right, all right.
Right.
But anyway, I mean, you can, it's not everyone that believes in the whole love language thing, and some people decide to just either wing it or just try their best and do what
Mm.
they feel is right, like, do you get, and then I guess it works for them.
All right,
Calm.
let's wrap up the thing then. Rules, final thoughts.
Yeah, final thoughts for the whole marriage P. I've said this before. Like nobody is made ready. I guess you have to be the one that would determine when exactly you are ready. Like you prepare yourself mentally, physically. I mean, the financial aspect is quite debatable because the honest truth is you can't have all the money before you get married. I mean, some people might, but that's not the case for everyone. It's just not realistic. So, but like at least you must be in a decent place enough. Like you're not marrying anybody to make them suffer or drag them through the mud. I know. And concerning sustaining the relationship, love in its entirety is enough. Love that is not just limited to the emotion, but the actions and all the other things that surround it. So, yeah, that's basically it. And skills, you're a waste.
Yeah, fuck off. Alright, come on, final thoughts.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything like age, like a perfect age to get married. Like whenever you feel emotionally, physically, mentally, all those tallies, whenever you feel all that, then you can you can decide to get married.
Nafisa, final thoughts.
Okay, I have. I'm just going to say this, please, to all the men out there. Please, I'm pleading with you. Please, be approaching us. If you see us outside, no, there's no,
Oh my
honestly,
god.
like, you don't need to be scared. I might not be with another guy. I'm not putting myself out there. I'm speaking for all the ladies, because really, it's become so bad, right? So yeah, please just shoot your shots. Like, just do it. No one, last, they would say no, and you'd move on. Jiggers, like, there's no, it's not anything.
Nafisa, question for you though. Are you opposed to shooting your own shot? Is that something you
I
do
was about
No,
to
regularly?
say.
it's funny. It's funny. I've shot my shot twice this year, but unfortunately,
Alright, but you
nothing
shooting. Alright, that's written. You shooting. You shooting. I like that. I like that.
happened. Yeah.
Is it twice? Wait, twice only this year or twice in your whole life?
Sorry, actually, it's twice. It was last year, ending last year, and then beginning of this year, and those were the only two times I've shot my shots ever.
Okay, see, I mean, those numbers are not really. I'm saying like that's. I'm just saying like two. Like there's bear man out there that
Wow.
do five per week. I'm just saying like yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Yo, it's been your voice on the Parrot Side podcast. Hey, y'all know what it is. Shout out the gang still. Rate us 5 stars on Spotify. Nafisa, tell what do we tell them about the feedback? Yo, tell them. Tell them. Oh, she don't know. I'm gonna tell you. So Nafisa, Nafisa, tell the listeners don't send us any feedback, please. Nafisa, where you go?
Don't send them no feedback.
Hey, you heard her say it, bro. We don't give a fuck. Hey, that sounds the voice, bro. Hey, catch us on the next one. Peace.
Waste.
Why?